Everybody, just a quick little tutorial on how to set a limit on the number of responses within a Google form, multiple choice or drop down question type that people can choose. So what I've done here is I've set up a Google form, and I've just put three simple options as for the purpose of this video. And what I've done also is I've linked this Google Sheet, this Google Forms responses sheet to a spreadsheet right about here. So I just have the one question. What I've also done is created a second tab, and I've put in the headings session list, session count, and session limit, so that you can set the limit by response, or you can set the same number for all of your responses. It's up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the number of times people sign up for that session. So to do that, I'm going to count if the forms responses column is equal to my cell B2. And I'll just copy that down for those three sessions. And what I'm going to do is I wanted to do, say, 25 people per session. For the purpose of video, I'll just put a limit of 1 for session 1. I'm going to go ahead and just complete that question just to get some data in there. I'm going to choose session 1. I'm going to submit it. So in my data, I now have a session count 1 and a session limit of 1. So now, in theory, the session has reached this limit. The first column I'm going to call revised session list. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually throw in a formula saying if C2 is less than D2. If that's the case, then we'll just leave it showing the list or the session title. Otherwise meaning the session limit has been reached, I'm going to throw in a set of quotation marks and closing that bracket. If I were to drag that down, you'll notice that when the limit is reached, the session title is removed from the revised session list. So now to turn on FormRanger for this, I'm going to go back into the Google form, and I'm going to, instead of having these sessions entered manually, I'm going to turn on FormRanger, which is found in the add-ons. And I'm going to connect my my Google Sheets to FormRanger. My question list, I'm going to, my choose your session, instead of having them manually populated in Google Forms, I'm going to populate from a range. And for that, I need to go select a Google sheet. So I'm going to go find that Google Sheet that I'm working in. FormRanger testing. It's going to ask me to select the range and the sheet name as well. So I'm going to choose sheet 1. That's where my information is in. And then I'm going to choose the revised session list as my options. So if I click next, I can choose give it a range name if you want to. I think I do have to. Yeah, so revised session. See your questions. So what happens is it'll take away the manually added question type options, and it'll update it whenever you'd like, or however frequently you'd like. Given that if you do have a limit, say for a number of people that attend a session, you can turn on every form submit on the bottom here on auto repopulate questions. And what would happen then is, if I were to actually go in and change this to a limit of 1, submit another response and choose session 2, what you'll see here is after I submit, if I go in here into my Google form, you'll notice that it automatically removed that from the option list. And if I were to submit another response, only session 3 is left over. So very, I think, in my opinion, pretty easy way to limit the number of times people can choose an option from a Google form drop down / multiple choice question type. Thanks.